بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sumayya Hassan. Welcome to Aspire. In this series, where the theme is essentially building your personal brand, we are talking about a number of different things, and in today's session of Aspire, we are talking about part 2 of feedback. Part 1 of feedback was how to give feedback. In today's session, inshallah, we will talk about how to receive feedback. Receiving feedback graciously and effectively is just as important as effectively giving feedback. In the last session of Aspire, we talked about how to be effective in giving feedback. In today's session, we want to talk about how to be effective in receiving feedback. And a big part of that is being gracious in how you receive the feedback of the person who is giving you this feedback. I want to start by touching on one verse in the Quran, Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 129, when Allah tells us about those who remember Allah while standing or sitting or on their sides, lying on their sides, and they give thought to the creation of the heavens and the earth, saying, "Our Lord, you did not create this aimlessly. Exalted are you. Then protect us from the punishment of the fire." And what this verse encourages is really self-reflection. It encourages contemplation on not only our deeds, but also really, as we look at the area of feedback, that contemplation is an important part of how we live our lives. And so we should contemplate on ourselves as well. And if we approach feedback with this type of perspective in mind, a perspective that encourages reflection and contemplation and self-reflection, and then we will put ourselves in a space where we take feedback as an opportunity to improve ourselves, because part of contemplation and reflection guides us to understand the importance of insights, the importance of constant reflection with a view to improvement. And so it creates in our mind the attitude that feedback is an opportunity for self-growth. And that's a very good place to start receiving your feedback, because then your mindset is a mindset that is accepting of feedback as one of the tools of self-growth. And so some points to consider. If somebody approaches you therefore wanting to give you feedback, I encourage you to check in with yourself and align your attitude to an attitude of growth, of self-improvement. And so prepare yourself to receive the feedback with that type of mindset. And so once you have done that, there are certain tips to consider in helping you receive your feedback effectively. Number 1, be open and be receptive. If you therefore approach feedback with an open mind and a willingness to listen and to learn, understanding that this is an opportunity for self-growth and self-improvement, you will then have an open mind and you will be receptive to the feedback. Remember, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that the best among you are those who have the best manners and the best character. And to achieve the best manners and achieve the best character, this is a process, it's a journey. It's a continuous and continual journey towards self-improvement, towards seeking to perfect and improve our manners and our character. And this is the space in which feedback sits. Number 2, maintain a growth mindset, understanding that you are work in progress. If you see yourself as a work in progress, then you know that the version of you today should be an improvement on the version of you yesterday, but still a work in progress towards a better version of you tomorrow. So you are consistently seeking to improve on yourself. You're seeking to be the best version of yourself, meaning that you accept and you put your mind in a growth mindset which accepts that feedback is valuable and can help you to grow and reach your full potential. So use this as an opportunity to gain insights and perspectives that can help you attain a higher and better level of character and good manners as we seek to emulate the wonderful character and manners of the beloved prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. Number 3, stay calm and composed. It is a natural reaction if somebody is giving you feedback that is pointing out something that may not be positive in your behavior or in your manners or in something that you do, that it gets your back up, it gets your anger up, it gets the hair on your neck up. You need to manage your emotions. You need to manage your reactions. You need to remain composed while you're receiving feedback. Don't get defensive. Don't take it personally. And I say this even though the feedback is about you or something that you did. Remember, the person giving you feedback, we encouraged in the last session when we were talking about giving feedback, that talk about the behavior, not the person. Similarly, when you're receiving this feedback, focus on what you're being told about the behavior, rather than thinking this person is saying that I'm a bad person, I'm a this person, I'm a that person. No, they are talking about the behavior. And so you want to stay calm, you want to stay composed. Rasul Sallallahu told us, La taghdab. Don't get angry. Control your emotions. Somebody said that if you feel yourself getting angry, this is generally not only about feedback. If you are standing, sit. If you're sitting, recline. This is one of the practical ways of managing anger. Conversely, look at somebody who is starting to lose control of their anger. When you tell them something and you can see now they're losing their temper, what do? They stand. They almost jump out of their seat if they're sitting. What you want to do is reverse that. If you are standing and you feel yourself getting angry, sit. If you're already sitting, try and recline, because this helps you to take control of yourself and your emotions and to stay calm and composed. Number 4, listen actively. Give the person who is giving you feedback your full attention. Remember, look at it that this person has invested their time, their energy, maybe their resources in looking for you to give you feedback that is supposed to improve you. So if somebody comes to you to give you something that is supposed to help you, how should you react? If somebody came to you and said, hey, I have a business idea that will make you a ton of money, would you be casual? And you're half listening to them while you're distracted, you're busy on your phone or gadget, or would you listen attentively? And here is somebody seeking to help you improve yourself. How much more attentive should you be? So listen actively, which means allow them to express what they're saying without interruption. And then come back and seek clarifying, ask your clarifying questions. But be active in your listening. Number 5, seek clarification. After you have listened actively, if you feel something needs more context, more explanation, more clarification, you can ask. And you can seek specific examples, or you can ask for specific suggestions. Maybe I haven't understood what you meant by this particular feedback. Can you give me an example of when I exhibited this particular behavior? Can you give me a specific suggestion of how I can improve next time, or next time I'm faced with this particular situation? Number 6, avoid immediate reactions. So you've listened, you sought for clarification. Take a moment to internalize. Pause. Before you give a response, pause. Before you speak, think. And avoid being impulsive or being defensive. Take time to reflect on that feedback. You may even want to reflect beyond the immediate discussion that you've had. If the feedback was very sensitive or very heavy, you may want some time out. Maybe time out to go, take a glass of water, to take a walk, or even to sleep on it, so that you can really reflect on what somebody was conveying to you. Number 7, show appreciation. Somebody has taken their time, their effort, their energy. Maybe they have even incurred costs in their bid to reach you, to come and give you feedback. You need to be appreciative of that. Whether the feedback was positive, whether the feedback was negative, appreciate that somebody took time out of their day or night, out of their schedule, that somebody was willing to invest their resource, because time is a resource and it is an extremely important resource. They chose to invest that resource, part of that resource, in you, in seeking to help you improve. And so always start your responding to any feedback after you have sought clarification, or even before, by appreciating. Man la yashkuru nas, la yashkuru Allah. If you cannot show appreciation to another human being, then you're not really showing appreciation to Allah. So appreciate that somebody took time to give you feedback, invested of their time resource, of their energy, of any other resource. Somebody perhaps drove over to you wanting to give you feedback. Appreciate that, even as you then seek to reflect on the feedback and give any specific response that you may want on that feedback. Number 8, ask for actionable steps. So if the person giving you feedback has given it to you very generally, it doesn't have any specifics, then politely ask for specific examples or actionable steps that you can take to improve. This helps you to understand what it is that the person is conveying to you, but also it shows your commitment to growth, and it helps to clarify certain expectations, so that somebody has come over to you with certain feedback and you engage this person wanting to be very clear on what they have said to you, wanting suggestions, specific suggestions on how you can improve, also shows this person that you are appreciative of them and their time and their effort, and that you are respectful of the engagement they have come to you with. So seek for specific actionable steps to help you in improving. Number 9, reflect and evaluate. You want to take time to reflect on the feedback, but you also want to evaluate its validity. And don't be very quick to jump to conclusions. So you want to assess, does this feedback align with your goals? Does it align with your values? How can you use it to improve your skills, to improve your performance? So take time to reflect, take time to evaluate before you respond, before you judge, before you conclude. Take time out to reflect and evaluate. And one of the ways you can do that is consulting somebody that you trust. Somebody came to me with feedback and they told me A, B, C. What do you think? You are somebody who knows me very well. What do you think about this feedback? Is this something you have observed as well? Have this conversation with somebody that is close to you and somebody you trust. They can help give you further insight on the feedback, another perspective on the feedback that helps you in your reflection and evaluation. Number 10, act on the feedback. Use this feedback as a basis for improvement. Identify areas where you can make changes, where you can take specific steps towards your personal growth and improvement. Also, look at how you can track your progress. It may be something you want to make a personal commitment to doing once you have reflected on the feedback. Yes, I think this is correct, and I want to implement this, and this is what I will do about it. And perhaps the person giving you the feedback is somebody who is vested in your growth. Is somebody that you want to help you along this journey of self-improvement. You may want to even make a certain commitment to them in terms of the steps that you want to take to implement the feedback and the suggestions that they have given. And once you have made that commitment, then remember the guidance in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 1, that tells us, "O you who have believed, fulfill your contracts." Once you have made a commitment, fulfill it. Have that intention to fulfill it and pray to Allah for His tawfiq. And finally, number 11, seek support where you need it. If you find that it is very challenging to implement this feedback on your own, perhaps the issue that has been put before you is such that it requires more support, then don't be shy or don't hesitate to seek that support. This could perhaps require you involving your mentor. It could require you involving perhaps a supervisor. You may require perhaps training. You may require perhaps further support, but don't shy away from taking the next steps towards giving yourself the support that you need to implement the feedback that you have received. So, in conclusion, feedback can be a very powerful tool for building your personal brand and achieving personal growth. And when we draw the wisdom from the Quran and the Hadith, then we understand the value of constructive criticism, the value of positive reinforcement, the value of self-reflection, the value of continuous growth. And that, therefore, helps us approach feedback with a positive mindset, a growth mindset, and a desire to improve. So my dua for myself and for you as you receive feedback is, I pray that we embrace feedback with humility, with an attitude of gratitude to the person who has actually taken an interest and initiative in wanting to help us improve, and an open mind that this is an opportunity to improve ourselves, to refine our skills, and to make ourselves the best version of ourselves for the benefit of ourselves and those that we can positively impact around us through improving our character and our manners as we seek to attain the lofty standards that have been set by our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us in today's session of Aspire. Until next time, inshallah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.